Previously on Obsidius Nyxofcuckoo. In their journey through Blackwood Manor's ancient library, Lila and Obsidius Nyxofcuckoo found themselves in an ever-shifting labyrinth of shifting volumes underfoot. The air crackled with malevolent energy as they stood face to face amidst the pulsating symbols beneath them. Lila's fingers tightened around her blade, her gaze flickering between Obsidius Nyxofcuckoo and the shifting volumes that seemed to weave through time itself. The next chapter was titled Shadows Weave. As Lila continued to examine the ancient scrolls underfoot, she felt a sudden jolt of energy. The air crackled with an eerie static, and her eyes widened as she realized they were not alone in this ancient library's mysteries. Obsidius Nyxofcuckoo's gaze flickered between them, a mix of curiosity and trepidation. "Where is this place in relation to the blue box?" Lila asked, her voice steady despite their perilous situation. The air seemed to ripple with malevolent energy as they stood face to face, each aware of unseen connections binding them together. The shifting volumes underfoot pulsed ominously, echoing resonances from unseen realms. Obsidius Nyxofcuckoo looked towards the ancient library's resonance, his state always a mystery, but clearer in this setting. The air crackled with an eerie energy, hinting at secrets yet untold. What lay beneath these walls? And who guided them? Lila's gaze flickered to Obsidius Nyxofcuckoo, his state always a mystery, but clearer under the ancient library's resonance. She couldn't shake the feeling that they were not alone in this labyrinthine space, and the unseen connections binding them together only deepened her unease. The air crackled with an eerie energy, hinting at secrets yet untold. Lila's fingers tightened around her blade as she turned to face Obsidius Nyxofcuckoo, their connection more pronounced now under this ancient library's resonance. The shifting volumes underfoot pulsed ominously, echoing resonances from unseen realms. The chapter ended with the air crackling with an eerie energy, hinting at secrets yet untold. Lila and Obsidius Nyxofcuckoo stood in a tense silence, the connection more pronounced now under this ancient library's resonance. What lies beneath these walls? And who guided them? The suspense built for their next encounter in Obsidius Nyxofcuckoo's world of cosmic horror. Obsidius Nyxofcuckoo's eyes gleamed with a newfound determination as he traced his finger along the creased edges of an old, leather-bound volume that seemed to glow faintly under the dim light filtering through the ancient windows. He was aware that Lila's spectral presence hung just outside their mental confines, her ethereal form occasionally flickering into focus like shadows in a still camera. "I am almost certain," he said aloud, despite knowing no one could hear him, that these texts hold the key to understanding our connection. The blue box isn't enough for us. It's not where everything starts from. Lila's form shifted slightly behind them, her voice barely audible through the resonant whispers of the library. "We need more than the blue box," she agreed softly. Her spectral visage was a ghostly silhouette against the flickering light of some unseen source. The air grew colder suddenly, as if the very walls themselves were conspiring to keep secrets from them. Obsidius felt Lila's presence intensify. Her spectral form solidified into an ethereal figure standing beside him. She appeared more than just a guide now. It was as if she was channeling some ancient force through their connection. "Let's go deeper," Lila declared, her voice resonating with authority and urgency. "Find the source of our connection. I sense something powerful and dangerous lurking beneath these walls." Obsidius nodded, his mind racing to find a plan. He took another step towards an old bookshelf that seemed out of place in the otherwise untouched library decor. "All right," he said aloud. "Let's start by finding a map or a clue. The blue box isn't just a tool, it's part of our puzzle." As they moved through the library, Lila's spectral form materialized further into the physical realm. Her eyes had taken on an otherworldly quality, almost as if she could see beyond what was physically present. She led them towards a small room off the main corridor, one that appeared untouched by time. "In here," she whispered, "there's something significant." The room held only a single, ornate table with an old map laid out upon it. The map itself seemed to be of no ordinary kind. Its lines and markings were intricate beyond comprehension. Beside the table was a small box carved from what appeared to be black stone. Obsidius felt a surge of unease as he recognized the pattern on the box's surface, almost identical to those found in the blue box. "What is this?" he asked, his voice barely above a whisper. "This can't be right." Lila's spectral figure nodded, her form slowly dissolving away until she was no longer visible at all. She left behind only her words. "It matches with what I've sensed. It's the key to understanding both our connection and the blue box." As they stood there, surrounded by ancient artifacts and hidden secrets, a cold breeze swept through the room. The air smelled of decay and something indefinably wrong, a corruption that seemed to be drawing them in closer. "Something is here," Obsidius murmured, his eyes scanning the map with renewed intensity. "The blue box isn't enough. We need more." They moved forward, each step heavier than before, as if they were walking through a web of time and darkness itself. The library's resonance deepened around them, amplifying their connection to whatever secrets lay hidden beneath these walls. And in the end, only Lila could see the true danger lurking just beyond their grasp. The final words from her spectral form echoed within Obsidius. "Find the sanctuary of echoes. Only then will we truly understand everything." Their next move was clear. Into darkness and the unknown lay the path to uncovering the truth about their connection, Lila's warning echoing ominously in the ancient halls. The chapter ended with a sense of unease, as if the library held not just secrets, but also a shadowy presence that yearned for its true form, a presence Obsidius and Lila would soon encounter once more within this cosmic horror novel's unfolding narrative. The chapter's final echoes lingered in the vast expanse of ancient stone corridors, casting long shadows over each step they took. The air grew colder as they ventured deeper into the Blackwood Manor's labyrinthine library, where every door seemed to lead to another dead end or a hidden passage filled with silent whispers and flickering memories. Kim Murier found himself struggling against his fragmented psyche once more. His connection to Obsidius Nyxofcuckoo was now a twisted knot of pain and memory, a loop that spiraled deeper into the abyss of their shared experiences. Each fragment he managed to piece together threatened to unravel him further, leaving him vulnerable and exposed. Lila, ever vigilant as her spectral guide, moved silently ahead, her presence both comforting and eerie. She seemed to know instinctively when the library's ancient walls held something dangerous, or perhaps she could sense the other part of Obsidius Nyxofcuckoo lurking just beyond their current path. As they reached a massive stone door adorned with strange symbols that were both familiar and alien at the same time, Kim felt his body trembling. The handle was cold and unyielding to the touch, as if guarding something far more important than mere physical resistance. Lila's spectral form hovered beside him, eyes glowing faintly but guiding them through this final obstacle. With a deep breath, Obsidius Nyxofcuckoo stepped forward, his movements fluid yet deliberate. He held out his hand towards the door, and suddenly, the stone began to shift and reshape itself into an almost invisible barrier. It pulsed with a strange energy, pulsing rhythmically like something alive. Kim Murier reached for the door handle, his fingers trembling as he tried to grab hold of it. But instead of resistance, his hand passed through the wall completely, revealing nothing but empty air beyond. The sensation was disorienting, almost painful, and he knew then that whatever lay on the other side was unlike anything they had ever encountered before. Suddenly, a soft whisper echoed through the library, its voice resonating with both sorrow and ancient knowledge. Kim Murier felt his heart rate accelerate as if he were being pulled into some dark abyss beyond comprehension. Lila's spectral form seemed to waver momentarily but then steadied again. Her eyes